So, JC Businesses, a simple solution to preventing people from going through buying businesses through tickets and do it making it more roleplay related. First very simple thing is we have a little job center here, which you will go up. Gonna sell it real quick. You will go up to any selected area of job centers and open it up, and you'll be able to see a business in here. Now let's jump right into the config at the very first, and we'll get to the next part. So immediately when you open your config, you will be presented with the first three options. Now the enable payment is whether the player will have to renew their lease or rebuy the company business every interval that you have chosen, which will be the config interval here. By default, this will be set to true, and by default, it will be set to each 30 days. This will be in hours, so 720 hours equals 30 days. We have the selling percentage. This will be the sell percentage of the buying price. So 80% of buying price is set to default as well. Now on to job center. This is very simple. It has to be a vector 4 coordinate. The way you can get that by default is going into admin, develop options, and copy the vector 4. And then you will be you will have this guy here. Onto config businesses, we have a label for the business you want to create. This can be anything. There's no mandatory statement of how you have to write that name in. The same counts for the price. Right now it's set to $50,000, which you can see here. The job selected that will be assigned when you buy the business, including with the grade, is both mandatory. As you can see right now, my job will be unemployed, but if I buy the business, the job will be automatically assigned to Beckershot and the selected grade. In this case, it's manager. When you sell it again, you will be placed back down to unemployed. But for the case of this video, we're gonna buy the business and hold it. Duty post and boss manager can both be nailed out. If you have another script you want to link to the business, you can nail that out and not worry about that. But in the case you want, this is currently only linked to the QB management system. This is just a simple boss manager like any other job you will be adding, like police job and EMS and whatnot by default. The duty position will be where the player will go and toggling their duty on or off duty. We got the image. This is the image you place inside your HTML folder. Images. I forgot to remove those images. My apologies. And then you will have added it in here. It supports both JPG and PNG extensions. If you want to add another extension, all you need to do is go into JC Businesses, FX Manifest, and add it here. Under files, you would do HTML images star dot whatever file extension you want to do. Next, you would have to refresh the script or restart the server. Onto owned and owner, these should be at any time left as nil, as they will be linked to the database and will be changed if they are owned from the database. Blip. You can turn off blips and you can turn on blips. Now this is mandatory to keep, but if you don't want a blip, simply turn this as false. Change this to false and the blip will not show. We have the coordinates of the blip. This is a vector 3. That's because it's not a physical object. It does not have a phasing. so it can only be Victor 3. The label is not mandatory. If you do not have a label, it will use the label of the business itself. The sprite and the color is very self-explanatory. You will go into you would go to the links, and here we have the blips, and if you scroll down, here we have the blip colors. Very straightforward. The stashes is also very self-explanatory. If you do not want a stash, you can delete that out or nil that out. The same you could do with cash register, tray, and crafting. All these are very custom, whether you want them or not. They're not mandatory. The stashes has to follow this template. The ID needs to be unique. No ID can be the same. This is simply a label, can be anything. There's no need to worry about how what you name it. You can call 3 different things fridge. If you want 3 different fridges, you would do 1, 2, 3 as an example. The coordinates, once again, the coordinate of the fridge or the stash. The weight, this is equals to 1,000 kilograms. And we have the slots, the amount of items that can actually be inside. Going to cash registers, they will look very simple. You open it up, you have the player's ID, the amount of money you want to charge, and whether you're charging them cash or credit. The tray is also very self-explanatory. You just open it up, put items in, and a player can pick it up if you don't want to give it. And now for the crafting. Now you can add several things. If you add something in recipes, you can make it require only one single item. By that time it will go by amount, and the reward amount will be how many rewards or items you get. The progress length is how long it takes to craft. If this is not nilled out, it will take by default from this selection and nil out this one. So if you want a different length for each crafting item, you need to nil it out here. The same counts for custom animations. If this one is not nilled out, it will be by default be picking from the primary custom animation. The same counts for scenarios as shown here. You can place scenarios in each item as well, following the templates, as you can see. If you do not have a custom animation, if you do not have a scenario, it will pick a default scenario for the crafting, which is also this very scenario right here. However, you do need a progress length either here or here. If you want several items for crafting, you can add it as so. Make it a table for items required to craft. This here will make this amount nil, but don't delete it. You can delete it as it's not gonna get used, but just by pure habit I would keep it. Now on to how everything works. So when you go, just in this case we have breaker shot, you will go to the board and toggle on duty. You would then move on to the desired table you want to start crafting. You can go to prep table. This is how it will look if there's several recipes. You can click and it will say you are needing an item. If I already have cheese, it will go to the next item and say that I need 2 burger buns. The grill station looks like simply that. I'm gonna do a little demonstration. one reason or another, it does not want to do the animation right now, but that will be fixed. However, the item was added. And so on and so forth. And that's very simple. So this script will be adding, if you do not have a additional script, you are gonna be able to add a crafting, cash registers, tray, bus manager, and diverse other things. This will make it easier for your players to buy and sell businesses without having to make a ticket for other staff, or if you have a busy server, get it sorted this way. Thank you for watching. I hope that it helped you out, and well, see you out there.